Mullingar in the morning of what could be the very last day of my epic cycle. So Mullingar, the home of Joe Dolan. And oh me oh my, just look at that weather out there. If you can see it, it's lashing rain. I'm actually looking out on the canal there, which I'm about to take. I'm about to ride that all the way into Dublin hopefully, but I'm gonna get wet today. Well, the rain has eased off a little, so I've been making good progress since I left Mullingar this morning. I was lashing there earlier. The owner of the B&B I was staying at said to me, "You know what I'd be doing? I'd be sticking that bike on the train there and making my way back to Dublin that way. Saying nothing to nobody," he said. I was tempted. The place was right by the train line and the canal. The Railway House B&B. He also said to me, "So what are you having for breakfast? A big dirty fry-up, I suppose?" Gas man. Clonard, County Meath. So I'm officially in the Royal County now. Making good progress on the canal. The towpath in Westmeath was excellent. Pretty good in Longford too. And it's not looking too bad in Meath so far, so long may that continue. And of course cycling on the canal, it's nice and flat. So making really steady progress. None of the hills that I've been experiencing all over the rest of Ireland. So making good progress today. Rain has stopped, bit of wind, but good day so far. Just as I pull out of Clonard, Meath County Council, you're letting me down, lads. Look at this, just a grassy path. The gravel has gone. It's been proper tarmac gravel path all the way, pretty much from Longford. There's a little section in Longford that was grassy. All through Westmeath it was paved. Come on Meath, get your act together, lads. Got Brendan Behan's great song running through my head all day. The old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. And there's a statue to Behan a little bit further along the canal up in Drumcondra in Dublin. Great writer, Brendan. Also a great man for the gargle as well. Well, when it comes to the Royal Canal Way, I'm afraid County Meath, you failed the test. From Clonard to Moyvalley, it's mainly grassy, kind of stony, potholed in sections. From Moyvalley to Enfield, it's even thicker grass. There's some kind of tree roots as well. Great fun if you're on a mountain bike. Not so much fun when I'm on a heavy hybrid with heavy panniers as well. Plus, there's gates dotted along the route. Now there's a few in Westmeath as well, and you just get off and you walk through the gate, close it behind you. There was 3 gates in Meath that were locked, padlocked. So what can only be described as a feat of superhuman strength. I managed to get the bike over the gate with the panniers. I'm having problems with the clips, so I don't want to risk not being able to get them back on this close to home. So somehow I got the bikes over the gates. Now I do see signs up saying there's improvement works. They're going to turn it into a greenway, be part of the stretch from Dublin to Galway. And that can't come quickly enough, to be honest. Biggest single piece of advice I could give to anyone cycling or walking the canal is to follow those brown Royal Canal Way signs like the one behind me there. Even if it means when you're crossing a bridge, sometimes you got to switch sides on the canal. And I've got caught out twice now today. The last one just outside Enfield. I went about 3 kilometres down a rocky road only to find a private property "Do not trespass" sign across a locked gate. So of course I had to go back. Yeah, second time today. So just watch out for those signs. Loch 17, just outside Kilcock. That route between Enfield and Kilcock is a wet, grassy, mucky slog, by the way. Coming into Kilcock about 3:30. So that means it's time for tea and cake. Just pulling out of Leixlip, Confy. The path significantly improved out of Kilcock. Kilcock to Maynooth is a nice smooth path. Maynooth to Leixlip, 90% of a good path. Outside of Leixlip, comfy now. I've just come back onto the bloody mud, muck and stones and grass track. Bumpy as anything. Just torture on the backside after 26 days in the saddle. Made it to Dublin in Clonsilla, going through an area called the Deep Sinking. I know this area well, it's close to where I live in Ashtown, so it's going to be quite challenging on the way up to Castleknock. It's very steep, very narrow, a lot of rocky surface, ideally suited for a mountain bike, but let's see how we get on. So after 26 days of cycling, just rocking into my home in Dublin, which is Ashtown, right on the canal. I've taken the canal for the last 2 days. It's been an epic journey. That last section was tough. Clonsilla to Kilmine is fine, but after that in the Deep Sinking up to Castleknock, it's not great. Easy stretch from Castleknock into Ashtown though. I must tot up the kilometres. I'll put it on screen, but that's close enough to 2,000 kilometres. I'll be on a Dublin bike over the weekend in town, so maybe I'll rack up to 2,000 then. Yeah, tired, hungry, but elated. Actually achieved this.